Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming about standing on top of the world at Machu Picchu or grooving to the beats of Rio de Janeiro's samba under the sun? Well, buckle up, because South America's calling. And trust me, you don't want to hit snooze on this adventure. Today, we're going through the 10 best South American destinations you must visit. From the Galàpagos Islands, which became famous thanks to Charles Darwin's visit, and on to Machu Picchu, one of the 7 wonders of the world. There's a lot to discover. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Number 1. Rio de Janeiro. In South America, Rio de Janeiro is one of the places that people visit the most. That shouldn't be a surprise, given what it has to offer. Rio has a lot to offer, from high-end hotels to cozy coffee shops. Christ the Redeemer and the famous Sugarloaf Mountain are 2 of Rio's most famous landmarks. Both offer amazing views of the city and ocean. There's the Ipanema and Copacabana beaches that are always full of people swimming, enjoying the ocean, and doing different water sports. You can also go on boat tours. There are many places to eat, and if you need a break from city life, there are many smaller towns close to Rio de Janeiro. Rio has some of the most beautiful views because it has both hilly places and the ocean. Are you checking it out? Number 2. Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu is one of the most popular places to visit in South America. And that's no surprise, as it's one of the 7 wonders of the world. The Inca sites are very interesting and give us a better understanding of the culture and history of native people in South America. At more than 7,700 feet above sea level, Machu Picchu has views that seem like they belong in another world. You can take a guided walk, which is required. There are limits on how many people can come each day, so it's a good idea to sign up ahead of time. It takes about 50 miles to get to Machu Picchu from Cusco. From Lima, the city, you can take a plane to Cusco. Number 3. Montevideo, Uruguay. Uruguay is a small country, and Montevideo is its center and biggest city. The old-fashioned feel of the city has been kept alive through its beautiful buildings and fun events. Besides that, it has a great music scene. If you get bored, you could always go to Punta del Este, Uruguay's well-known seaside city. It has busy beaches and a lot of tourists. Number 4. Medellín, Colombia. One of the best places to visit in Colombia is Medellín. It has a great scene and language swaps and hotels that make it easy to start conversations with other tourists. Digital nomads also like to go there because there are so many coffee shops with good internet and places to work together. Spend the day in Guatapé and walk the 649 steps to the top of the rock. From there, you can see some beautiful sights. There are a lot of cozy hostels, Airbnbs, and hotels in Medellín, ranging from cheap to high-end choices. It also has world-class shops, many parks, and the famous Comuna 13 tour, among other things. Once upon a time, Comuna 13 was one of the most dangerous areas of Medellín. However, the people who live there have made it safe again. Number 5. The Galàpagos Islands, Ecuador. It's impossible to get a better look at nature and wildlife than in the Galàpagos Islands. You can see many rare animals and birds in the sea, such as sea turtles, sea lions, and manta rays. The wild land and animals, like sea lions and seagoing lizards, that live in the Galapagos are known for not being afraid of people. This makes the islands a popular place for people who want to experience exciting wild encounters. There aren't many places where you can watch giant tortoises graze on tall grass, short-feathered penguins waddle along the equator, or blue-footed boobies do their unique mating routine without being bothered by people. The famous voyage of Charles Darwin on the HMS Beagle happened more than 100 years ago, but people still use his steps as a guide for their own amazing trips. About 600 miles west of mainland Ecuador is the Galapagos Archipelago, which is made up of 234 uninhabited islands, islets, and rocks that are ripe for exploration. But because there is so much to see and do on this long string of islands, you'll have to pick and choose which ones to visit. If you'd rather meet sea lions, go to San Cristobal Island. There, the happy animals talk to each other while barking along the chalky white sands. For an even bigger rush of energy, go to Isabela Island and walk up the impressive and active Sierra Negra volcano. Bring your camera with you on your Galapagos trip. No matter where you go, you'll surely see a lot you don't want to forget. Number 6. Manaus, Brazil. The Brazilian city of Manaus is the entrance to the Amazon area. You can also get to the Amazon from Colombia and Peru. Manaus is a busy city on the Amazon. It's hot, but the nightlife is fun, and the people who live there are nice. A lot of people, though, use Manaus as a break on their way to or from a tour or cruise down the Amazon. You can talk to native groups on many of these tours, which is a great way to learn about a culture that most people never get to visit. From Manaus, you can also take a boat to the twin towns of Tabatinga, Brazil, and Leticia, Colombia. Even though the two towns are in different countries, there is no border check between them, so anyone can go from one to the other. You have to go through customs, though, if you want to go further into any of the countries. Number 7. Buenos Aires, Argentina. There is a big difference between South American and European societies, but Buenos Aires stands between them. Buenos Aires is the best place to experience Argentinian culture and food. It has some of the best restaurants in the world, wide boulevards, great clubs and bars, and a very advanced metro system. You can go to a lot of places or take a dance class. In Buenos Aires, you'll never get bored because there are always new, interesting neighborhoods to check out. Just take a walk around and let yourself get lost. Whether exploring the historic San Telmo district or enjoying the vibrant street art in Palermo, Buenos Aires captivates with its rich history and lively atmosphere. The city's blend of European elegance and Latin American flair creates a unique and enchanting experience for visitors seeking a taste of Argentina's diverse culture. Number 8. Suriname and Guyana. Suriname and Guyana are the smallest countries in South America, and not many people visit them. Sometimes it is dangerous to walk around Paramaribo and Georgetown, but most of the time it's safe, especially if you have a tour guide. One reason to visit one or both of these countries is that they are not as well known as others in South America. They also offer a look into the other part of the continent, which is influenced by the Dutch and English rather than the Spanish and Portuguese. Number 9. Cartagena, Colombia. The cute town of Cartagena de Indias in Colombia is thought to be one of the best places in South America to visit. Cartagena, which is on the coast of Colombia, is another must-see place in the country. The culture on the coast is very different from the culture in Antioquia, which includes Medellín. Costeños are people who live near the coast, and paisas are people who live in the greater Medellín area. The food and speech are also different. Its old city is fun to walk around in at night and has a lot going on. It's easy to get to the beaches and islands, and there are lots of cheap seafood choices. The coastal area is an important part of Colombia that you should not miss if you are traveling there. Number 10. Bogotá, Colombia. You should also take a short trip to Bogotá, which is the main city of Colombia. You can walk through the ancient city center, but you shouldn't do it by yourself at night for safety reasons. There's a train or cable car that can take you to the top of Montserrat Mountain, where you can see the capital of Colombia in a beautiful way. You could also go to Zona T, which is the nighttime area with clubs and bars. For a more authentic experience, tourists who like to take risks can use the Transmilenio intercity bus system. But because it can be complicated, you might be better off using Uber. Which of these destinations would you like to visit? We bet you can't settle for one. Whichever one it is, we'd love to hear in the comments section, so hit us up. Let's talk about those places. Did you enjoy this video and want to see more of it? Well, all you have to do is give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click that bell button though, if you want to get notified when we release a new video. Thanks for watching.